Namaskaram. My name is Hitan, and thought I'll quickly share my inner engineering experience with you for all those who are wanting to or exploring what inner engineering is all about, and what it can do to a person like me. Um, so, I did my inner engineering in 2017 November, and the reason why I did it was approximately 4 years ago when I was about 25. I was put in. I was an ambitious guy, career-wise. Wanted to get somewhere and earn more money and climb the hierarchy of positions, and get identified with a higher position at work, and which meant respect, gaining respect from peers, from friends, and also personally, I wanted to get married, have a house, and all that stuff that all my friends had at that time, and I also wanted that. It wasn't, uh, you know, I didn't want it, but because my friends had it, now I wanted it. So it was a borrowed idea, if you would call it. Uh, So just because of career wise, I wanted to get somewhere in life, very high in life. Very career wise, climbing the hierarchy very quickly. I uh, I wasn't capable of doing it, and I took a few tasks that were upon myself that I wasn't ready for, and didn't put my hand up to say I need help. And so anyway, I created a situation for myself where um, I was stressful every single day for nearly 4 or 5 months, and that translated into personal life as well. In certain situations, or small situations, I just ended up making it something big, that it should have been just a small situation. Just everything became so hard. Just I was making my life so hard than what it should be. um Eventually it broke me down completely, and so natural questions arose at that time as to what is life, why am I alive, and why should I even wake up the next day, and all those questions came up. And so I started looking at all the religions by myself, and just casually trying to find answers, obviously. But I ended up, uh, you know, on YouTube videos, I ended up coming across Sadhguru's video where the title was "What is Stress?" or "How to Manage Stress," something along those lines, where he highlights that stress is our own making, uh, and it just basically, it's non-existent. It's anyway, so something along those lines. I exactly can't remember now what he said, but ever since that video, I remember, I till today I have been basically uh, watching his videos in my free time. So I basically got addicted to these videos. But so before I ended up doing the course in 2017, November 2017, I did maybe about 6 months worth of research, I'd say, or watching just Sadhguru's videos before I ended up getting an advertisement saying that there is an in engineering course, is this much of fee, and is going to be on these days, and at this area. And I so just looking at the ad, initially I was excited. Oh yes, let's go into it. That was the instinct. Yes, I want to do it. And then looked at the advertisement, and I said, okay, oh, hang on a second, I've got to pay. I think I can't remember how much money it was, but X amount of money, and I had to dedicate 2 full days, Saturday and Sunday, to this course. At that time, we also had to do a Thursday and a Friday course as well, which was between 6 and 8, I think. And the last question I asked was, it was in Regent's Park, so from where I left or leave, it was close to 45 minutes drive and one way. So I'm thinking, this is too much for me. So why am I paying money? Why am I giving my time and weekend, especially when this is my free time? Why am I traveling 45 minutes each way roughly for 4 days? Why am I doing this? What am I going to get out of it? And all these questions are all just normal questions, but thank God I actually pushed through these questions and I just did it, because I just thought let's go for it and see what it all turns out to be. It actually ended up, I would say thank God that I did it, because few things has changed in me. The reason why I say is because one thing that is done out of watching Sadhguru's videos and doing the practices, which is in Indian practice, Shambhavi, is I become more conscious of my thoughts, my emotions. So I can easily see the things that I have now that I didn't have before, things I react to now that I reacted differently before I did the course. And so some of those, there's so many of them, but that's my personal experience. Obviously, I like, just in summary, there is nothing naturally. There is no blaming somebody for things that hasn't gone the way I expected it to go, or the way my team or we as a team expect it to go. Things didn't go the way we wanted it to go. The natural the natural question that arises in my mind is, what should we do now to make it happen? So there is no blame game involved at all. This is just a natural process. Before, I used to get stuck to why didn't it happen the way it should be, and this is your fault, and this is your fault, and now because it's your fault, now I am not responsible for it. So the problem that we had, say, yesterday, today we still haven't resolved the problem because I'm still stuck with the blame game as from yesterday. That was one bit, and obviously just the whole thinking pattern has changed, and it's very hard to articulate how how to explain this is a bit tough in words. But because just a thought process, there is no stress in my life. You get in engineering, you with me, I sort of know my position in life, like what like why have this ego, and like this. It's hard to explain. What I'm trying to say is that it's a very pleasant experience, very like coming from a stress background where 4 or 5 months worth of stress, then doing this program, and then having no stress, or gradually then transferring from no stress to gradually having the thought process change from, if it didn't happen this way, what should we do to make it happen, and so many other things. So like, I'm living a very peaceful life. In fact, my life, things are even more hectic now than obviously that was 4 or 5 years ago. But even then, I am living a more peaceful. When I say peaceful, more lively life, if that makes sense. More enjoyable life. More looking forward to do something in life, looking forward to helping others, and being in nature, and just small things that I took for granted now is suddenly becoming very important to me, for me to actually acknowledge it. It's just giving meaning to life. Just it's hard to explain, but this is what I got out of it. Is, I would say, in a summary, it gave me meaning to life. So even when if I'm 50 years old or 60 years old, projecting myself here 60 years old, I will have meaning to life, that there is nothing like loneliness and there is so much to look forward to. And so this is what I got. And now, how do you put price to this? You can't. How do you get this? You get it from inner engineering. All you have to do is join. You might have to pay some money, but that money obviously is for renting and for all these other costs that are there and that Isha has to cover. And so after all, it's you pay whatever the money. You, if you can give a bit of time and travel to Melbourne, you will see that the way you look at life is completely changed, and you're more involved with people, you're more involved with nature. Life is becoming so beautiful. It's like you're looking forward to every day. You're looking forward to go for a bushwalk. You're looking forward to meeting people. You're looking forward to go to work. You're looking forward to just do anything you do. It's like just an experience. It's just an experience. It's like you're living a life. Yeah, so that's what I got out of it, rather. So I'm hoping that if you probably would get the same, if you'll have your own experience, but I know that in your own way you will find meaning to life, and it will become beautiful, is what I can say. I know a number of people whose lives have changed, and I know a number of people who will tell you how I was before and how I am now, and how surprised they are at how I have transformed myself. Some some say it's they just don't believe it, and some can't accept it, and it's all that's all there. But after all, it's my experience of it was so, like, I'm living life, is what I can say. And before I was just miserly living, and now I'm living to the fullest. Well, not to the fullest, there's so much scope to improve, but like I'm living more than I was before. And that I hope you guys get that as well. So thank you very much for listening to this video, and hopefully it helps you to make your decision for inner engineering. Thank you very much.